draft 2. I already have book 2 drafted. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kasey LeAlma and I'm glad that you're here today. I am starting another weekly vlog in my revision process, or that's where I'm at. I'm in revisions. On my story, Ember Storm, I'm on book 1. I'm currently on chapter 3, adding notes and stuff. I have my printed manuscript here. I have Scrivener up and I'm just going through my notes and adding in those notes. So that is what I've been doing. I got one scene done before I started filming and I'm working on the last scene in chapter 3 right now. It's a big one and a doozy because there are secrets that are told and I need to figure out how much my character really knows and what she doesn't know and how she tells her friend, because she tells her best friend about who she truly is, and I need to figure out exactly what she knows so that I know how much she's going to tell her best friend. But then her best friend has some things that she's going to tell my character, and I need to figure that out too. When I drafted this, I kind of just was like, oh yeah, this here and this there, and oh yeah, she knows this and this is the reason for that. But then as I got further into the draft, and then I actually already have draft 2. I already have book 2 drafted, and it was in book 2 that I really realized some characters and their motivation had to flip-flop. So then I've been adding those things in here to book 1, and so that's been a little bit challenging. I mean, you go from having a loving dad to having a dad that doesn't really like you. It's definitely a big flip-flop on like how he acts around her instead of how he acted before, or how I had it before. So I am working on that today. It is Monday. I don't know if I said that. It is Monday, and so this week is actually kind of exciting. I got some news on the weekend that one of my favorite authors is putting together an anthology, and it's for her fans. Her fans are allowed to write a short story, 5,000 words or less, in her like world that she created. You can use any of the characters that she has created, but they have to stick to their personalities that she created. So everything, if you use any of her characters, has to be the same in the same way. So like if the character is snarky in her books, then the character needs to be snarky in your short story, which is totally fine because I really enjoy the world that she created, but she has several series, and I honestly have another book idea that is more based in her other series. So maybe after this anthology that she puts together, she might put together an anthology like this for her other world. And I definitely already have an idea for that and stuff. So I am going to spend a little bit of my time this week brainstorming for that short story anthology and possibly doing an outline for it this weekend. So my goal tonight for Monday is to get all the chapters that I've assigned for Ember Storm done, so that way on the weekend I can just focus on brainstorming and outlining for the anthology. The anthology isn't due until August, and it's February, but I want to get as much done as possible so that I can have some beta readers. Hopefully the group I'm a part of in Facebook, it's a critique writing group, hopefully they will have some time that they can read the 5,000 word short story that I write, and I can get feedback on that. The other thing about that is that I've never truly written a short story. I've always had enough plot, characters, world to have like a full-length novel. I do have shorter novels but I think the shortest story I've ever written was like 32,000 words, which isn't that short. It's a novella. So, but that is what is on my plate for this week and weekend, and so I'm gonna get back to working on my revision stuff for Ember Storm. And if I feel up to it, I may do more than the chapters I assigned this week. I just don't know how fast I will get through, because some of my notes on here is like I need to add more, and I feel like since this is the first time that I've gone through the revision process, that I'm not gonna really know what I really need to look for and what I need to fix until I get either beta feedback or an editor feedback, like a developmental editor feedback. I think once I have someone else look at it and point out like, hey, you could strengthen here, then going forward I'll be able to see those places more. I already know that a huge weakness on my part is that I draft in passive voice, and I draft a lot of passive voice. Passive voice is very hard. It's hard for me to get. It's always been hard for me to switch it in my mind, and I don't know if that's how I was taught to write in grade school and in high school, and it's just so ingrained that I'm having trouble switching up the sentence structure and switching it up to where it's not passive voice. I know, like, I'll be writing email for work and I will automatically be like, oh, that's passive, let me switch that, and I will change it to be not passive. So I mean, it's great that I'm seeing it in like emails for work and stuff. So hopefully over time, I've read a lot, extensive research on passive voice and like how to fix it and stuff, and I have some resources that I'm going to use to help me fix this manuscript before I send it off to beta readers. But I'm hoping the more I write and the more I learn, that I will write less in passive voice. So that is the goal. I will see you guys later this week, probably Thursday or Friday, before I get the camera out again. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow might be another writing day. I have it to work on YouTube, an outline for my YouTube video that I will be shooting on Wednesday, but I don't think the outline will take that long to do, so I might be able to get some more writing in. I need to speed it up because this is the last week of February, and I was hoping to be done with this part at the end of February, and I'm only on chapter 3, which there's only 16 chapters in this book, but I still think it's going to be a little bit before I get the rest of the chapters done. But I'm going to sign off now, and I will catch you guys later. Good afternoon, guys. I'm back. I find that I can only do writing stuff on like Monday and Friday and Saturday. So today is Saturday, the 27th, I think, of February. February is coming to a close. And I'm not exactly where I want to be in my story. I know on Monday I was like, I'm gonna work on that anthology short story that I want to submit in August. Like, just do some brainstorming and possibly outline today. But I think I'm a little bit behind on Ember Storm. So I've got 8 chapters done. I've got 8 chapters left to go through and just like add in the little notes that I have to myself. And the last couple of days I've been thinking about some scenes, and I'm like, oh, this needs this added to it. So I think I'm just going to work on Ember Storm today. It's been a pretty busy day so far. We are painting our house. So we worked on that this morning. We didn't get very much done because we wanted to just do a section of our house and see if we liked the coloring. And I think it's going to be fine. And we also wanted to see if maybe we could do one coat or had to do two. And I think we're going to have to do just one. My husband has some places that he needs to mud and sand over before we paint again, but I think one coat would be great, which is awesome because my wrist hurt so bad. It was cramping from holding the roller to do it this morning, and it took us maybe an hour and a half to like get it taped off and then to start doing the sections, which we didn't really do that big of a section, but it hurt my wrist so bad. And then so his goal is to do go room by room, because we are painting every room in the house. We've been in this house for like 3 years and we've not painted since we moved in. So we've already had lunch today, and I already did laundry, so I don't think... Are you eating wood? Don't do that. What? You wanna go outside? Outside break. But I'm just gonna eat my cookie and get my Scrivener ready and copy over the next chapter that I need to do into Scrivener, and then I'm gonna start working on that. That is the plan. Why are fight scenes so hard, guys? Ugh. I wrote this scene and it's like 1,200 words, but the fight part of it is not very big out of those 1,200 words, and I would really love to expand it to like 2,500 words, add more to this fight scene, but they're just not my cup of tea. I think I may need to draw it out. I had to draw out a floor plan for their rescue team later on in this book, so I think I'm gonna have to draw out where all the vampires are standing and go from there. I don't know. I don't know how long I've been working. Like an hour, and I'm still working on the same chapter that I was working on when I started, which I knew that later chapters would need some work. They do. So I will get back to it. Okay, so I got something to drink, and good morning, guys. It is Sunday, the 28th of February, the last day of the month, and I need to figure out if I hit my 5K goal for February. Just a little tired still. Anyway, I wanted to jump on here because I didn't get back on yesterday. I worked for about 3 hours yesterday. I got chapter 9 done with the fight scene that I was working on, and then I also started another scene earlier on in Act 2 that I needed as like I don't want to call it a filler scene because it's not really a filler scene, but I needed to show something with her dad, so I wrote up a scene in that. I got 600 words in that scene. I definitely need to expand it a little bit more, and I have another scene to write with another character and them out and about fighting, and I haven't got there yet. I took a break yesterday and decided that I needed a reading break. So I read 2 different books yesterday, which was really nice. I think it's been a week and a half or 2 weeks since I've read a book. There's a lot of times that I'll start a book and then I just don't finish it. A lot of times I think of a certain scene in a story that I enjoyed. So I'll pick that book off my shelf since I've already read it, and I'll read until that scene, and then after that scene I'm like, okay, I'm done. Sometimes I continue on and sometimes I don't. And yesterday, the first book that I read, I wanted to reread a scene, and I ended up reading the whole book, which was nice. And then I thought of another scene that I wanted to read, so I picked that book up and I decided to read it all the way through too. So I enjoyed my time yesterday reading. I stayed up a little late. The second book took me about 3.5 hours, I think. I was done by 11:30, almost midnight last night, so it was on the shorter side of the two books that I read, but both were really enjoyable. As far as how I did this past week on goals, I think I've done great on my writing. I really am proud of myself. Instead of working on just 3 chapters, I worked on 9 chapters, and I even added a scene. I definitely called that a win, and I'm really happy with it. The other 2 goals that I have each week are social media and weight loss, and definitely like the weight loss. I lost 1 pound, and I was trying to fast this week. So obviously that didn't work, and fasting didn't work. I will have to rethink about that and what I want to do next week. Coming up, social media, I was able to put out 2 videos like I want. I didn't gain any subscribers or followers this week. That's a bummer, but it's all about consistency and posting consistently, and that is what I'm doing, and I will get there. I will get to my 1,000 subscribers eventually. It just takes time, being consistent and putting out content that people like, and that is great quality, and I am doing my best on all of those. I am happy with my effort so far, but that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching my vlog. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great Monday and have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next time in my video. Bye.